Okay, so what we've been talking about is Game Pass and disc versus digital download. What I mentioned was the fact that I'm a Fallout fan, and I played Fallout 76. I bought it about 2 months ago for about $10, probably $8. But now that it's on Game Pass, my disc is completely useless because since it's already downloaded from the disc, it counts as the Game Pass download as well. So my disc has no point. So what I was saying is the Game Pass it lets you play games based, whatever they have in the Game Pass for that month. Like right now, it's Red Dead Redemption 2, No Man's Sky, Fallout 76. What's the other one? Final Fantasy 15's in there. I mean, they've got over 100 games in Game Pass, and I'll admit, for $15 a month, it's pretty good because they got indie games, they got mainline games. You can play whatever you want. Uh, but the fact that the the physical copies now make absolutely no sense because they make it so you have to download everything anyway.
If it makes you feel any better, the disc costs about $5 to $8 to print, so it's at least worth what it's printed on.
Yeah, well, that's true. I guess it's just annoying. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
mean,
plus games are so like a lot of the larger games like Red Dead. It's so large, you have to download one or two
oh
of those
yeah,
games that
it took
size, and your hard drive is full.
it took up 35% of my hard drive, and I got a terabyte.
I
So
don't
Yeah,
know.
it's like, and don't get me wrong, I love Red Dead Redemption. I went part two. I'll get to part one, but for part two, it was on Game Pass, and I went straight from my first playthrough. Didn't play anything else right into my second playthrough. That's how good of a game that game is. I never do that. I always take a break.
I usually do like two playthroughs. Like I'm playing Dishonored 2 right now, and I already know I'm doing a second playthrough right after because I'm doing low chaos first,
Uh
which
huh.
is kind of the more boring aspect since you're not killing anybody. Um, and you're trying to be stealthy. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do high chaos because then you can just run through everything. You're not
Right.
really
Yeah.
because it's a slower attempt when you do low chaos in any type of game like an Infamous or a Dishonored, since you have to literally just not be spotted. You can't really kill anybody. Like I didn't kill anybody, but the the people killed their own allies. Like I didn't touch them. I was choking them out, and the enemies just struck them. I was like, dude, this is your ally. Why are you killing him? Like he literally just killed him while I was just choking him out to make him faint. It was like, okay, cool. It was like
Yeah.
three people.
Okay. So you're playing Dishonored 2, you said, right?
Yeah.
What are you playing, Chad? You're
oh,
you're
about a
our
trillion things.
you're our game guy because you play a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I borrowed my buddy's Switch, and then I borrowed my other buddy's Pro controllers because those Joy Cons are crud. And so the recent game I beat was Street Series 4 on the Switch was amazing.
Okay.
So I was super happy with that one. Like I play Street Series 1 and 2 weekly, so I just jumping into 4 from playing 1 and 2 a lot. I hate 3. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but I despise Street Series 3. So 1 and 2 are my bread and butter, and 4 is just as good, if not better, than the other two.
Okay, guys. So
Phenomenal.
what we're hoping for this is going to be called, if it pops, it's culture. All y'all get the reference because all y'all are nerdy people. Uh, I want to do it. We're recording this time. Next time, I would like to go live on YouTube. I'd like to do it at least once a week, and I would really like for at least three people because I don't want to be talking to myself on here. I had a friend do that. Y'all probably don't follow him, but Robert Storms, he's a YouTuber. I'm friends with him, and I've been on his show, and he gave me the idea for this. He said I needed to do it. We're not going to do it the same way he does because none of us are like them. They yell a lot.
Oh
Don't
well.
get me wrong. I love Robert, good guy, but they get upset real easy over simple stuff. And I don't want to do that. I'm sure y'all don't either. I mean, I'm sure we're
Yeah,
going to argue about something because not everybody agrees on everything. Everybody has their fandom.
yeah.
Uh,
I'd rather get mad privately. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna, I want to show my ass. You know what I mean? Like I get plenty, cheesed off and stuff. But I don't want to like put that down
oh no!
anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now hold
totally.
on. Now hold on. Now I have seen some analytics on YouTube where we could get more upvotes if we do fight sometimes. Not all the time, but every once in a while, it's good for the process.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying don't be mean, but I'm not saying you don't have to be nice all the time. If you don't agree with somebody, tell them. Tell them why. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all, I'll
Um,
just get mad at you two, not the thing.
uh,
Like I don't want to trash someone's product. You know what I mean? Like
oh yeah, no, no, no.
like
We're not. I
that's
don't want
kind
to
of
do that
rude.
either. Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody has their problems with different games, different gaming studios.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we get into that, we'll be here forever. And
Yes.
we're not just doing video games. We're doing movies, comic books, geeky news, nerd news, whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's two sort of recent things that popped up that I think are pretty cool.
Okay, go
That
for it.
I can think of. From the game side, Sega released a. Of course, I'm a huge Sega guy, so they released I forgot what it was called exactly, but it was like a mini arcade cabinet with micro switches, which is like really expensive and hard to do. And
Okay.
they got, it's kind of like the Neo Geo Mini that came out last year, but it's like a little cute little arcade cabinet with a screen. It's not been announced over here, but over there they have this kind of generic arcade shell, and then they just stick the ROMs inside the shell or the boards inside the shell to have those different arcade games in there. And like two of the games that they announced out of a 30 something, 36 or something, two of those have never been on home consoles at all. And it's really exciting, and yeah, it has like an HDMI in the back, and you can plug into your TV and play it. But it's like 100 and something bucks from Japan, so that's about
Sounds
par for
good.
course with like about how much the Neo
Yeah.
Geo was. But I'm gonna wait to see if it comes over here. But the fact that they're
Yeah.
actually
Talk to Josh.
mining their arcade history, oh god, like every time Sega like posts something on physical media, I just say like re-release this. Like they posted a thing from one of the games that's on the arcade machine I was talking about, Golden Axe: The Revenge of Death Adder,
Oh yes, Golden Axe. Oh
which
my
is the
god.
'93, yeah, the '93 sequel. It's like the arcade sequel that never ever got a home port ever, and it's on the machine, so it's like it's the first time it's ever come home. So it's like very exciting. But yeah, every time they share something old that's never had a home console, I just say, hey, please put this out, please, I'll buy it. And listening with at least one game, but yeah, that's kind of cool. I hope it comes out, but who knows? The mini
Yeah.
console market, in my opinion, is not flooded enough.
Now
So
raise your
more,
hand if you're
please.
getting one of the newer generations, the new Xbox or the PS5.
Not me.
Nope.
I won't get it for a while.
And
I'm
I
gonna
don't think
wait.
anybody's doing it. They don't understand what they've done. I mean, they've completely alienated the entire market. They just made everybody angry.
Well, I just bought like a PC, so I'm gonna wait a while till I get the PS5. But I'm going to probably get it still because I have a PS4.
Oh
So
yeah, I mean,
most likely I'm going
eventually,
to get it, but I'm not going to buy it at launch. I never really buy their products at launch because too buggy.
I'm
I
I'm
don't
gonna
see
buy
how
it
anything's
eventually.
releasing this year with basically 40 million people out of work.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too. I mean, and it looks like a Decepticon. I'm sorry, the PS5. It looks like a Decepticon. I'm afraid of it. Yeah,
Yeah, the memes going back and forth making fun of the new Xbox and the PS5 were just amazing.
one looks like a
Uh,
refrigerator, a mini
yep,
fridge, and the
mini
other one
fridge.
looks like a Wi-Fi router.
It does. They're beautiful.
Actually, the Xbox looks a lot like my Wi-Fi router now.
Oh, how about that?
nice.
Yeah, but back before the Xbox was officially confirmed, me and my buddies were talking about like what it could possibly be named, like the new service they were going to have, because the Xbox's naming conventions are so bad, and
like
we
Star Wars.
decided that do what?
Kind of like Star Wars.
Yeah, that they're really terrible. So it's like we decided that the best name for Xbox's new online service would be the Xbox Live Now because it already conflicts with an existing brand, and they're all about the streaming. So it's like you play it now, and but it has to be confusing and has to screw with their initial branding. So that's the Xbox One ruined the original Xbox
Oh yeah,
branding from back in 2000s, whatever. So yep, they should just stick with Sony. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. It's terrific.
but that would make sense, and I'm pretty sure that somebody from the government has infiltrated into Microsoft.
Yes, you're probably right.
I mean, we go from Xbox to Xbox 360 to Xbox One. I mean, come on, people.
Yeah, they count like Microsoft
They're
counts,
let it-
Yeah.
except worse.
I mean, Microsoft counts 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 3.1, 3.11, 95, 98.
Yeah.
710 Vista.
CE, that was the weird one. CE that turned into some kind of, I don't know. It's too much.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that was the one for the PDAs before they were smartphones, I think.
Yeah, and Dreamcast. That was a Dreamcast ran on with CE.
Oh,
so what are you
Is
playing
what-
right now, Josh?
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
So much Borderlands. Borderlands 1, Borderlands the pre-sequel, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3. Pretty
Well-
much all Borderlands all the time.
I just had a female talk me into playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I heard that's pretty good. I haven't played it
Oh, it
myself
is
yet.
freaking great. I
I
am.
know I own an Assassin's Creed. I might own two, but I only played like Unity, I believe.
I think
Okay.
I played Black Flag.
It might have
Two's
been
pretty
Black
good.
Flag.
Yeah, I have not played since Black Flag. Was it Black Flag? Which one did Desmond die in?
I don't know.
Not you, Desmond. The Descendant. Which one was that? It was either Black Flag or 3. Anyway, I haven't played in a few years. And this girl, I mean, I'd like to get her on here too, just so we can have a female on here. But she's all Assassin's Creed. She's got a beanie hat, her lanyards, Assassin's Creed, and she's like, "You got to play it. You got to play it. You got to play Assassin's Creed." Go away, Anna. I swear to God, you're gonna get grounded. Arguing with my kid. Jesus. She hasn't been here in 2 days, and now she wants to talk to me all the time. Oh, okay. So anyway, this girl is really into Assassin's Creed. So she's like, you need to play it because Valhalla's coming out. And have y'all seen the trailer for Valhalla?
No, I haven't looked
No.
at Assassin's Creed in
I-
years.
Oh my God! Just the trailer for Valhalla is simply amazing. All right, so I look it up, and which one? Origins is the last one that was made, but Odyssey is the first one chronologically. So
Okay.
I figure, let me give it a shot. I'll try Odyssey. I've had it for 2 days. I'm already 5 chapters into the game. I've got 10 achievements, and I'm ready to kill everything in here. Every time I turn on the TV, that's what I go to when I turn on my Xbox. It is a great game. It's worth playing. It got me off Red Dead Redemption.
Nice.
Huh.
You gotta
Okay.
have UPass to play it.
What's that?
You have to sign up to Ubisoft to play it.
No,
Like with UPass, you don't.
no, not this one.
Okay.
I think that's what one of the problems I had with 3 was, is you had to sign in to play, and social media tracks everything we do anyway. I don't need to sign in to play a video game unless I'm signing in to my Xbox. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's too much nowadays.
Everyone wants your data to sell.
What's that?
It's very
Everybody just wants your
Yeah.
data to sell.
Yeah, everybody. And I'm just done with them. They can either sell it or keep it, but I'm tired of signing in to everything for every little thing. It's getting ridiculous. I know Josh and Chad, y'all are about the same age as me. Y'all probably agree. Desmond's up here like, yeah, okay.
As I'm signing into my
Yeah,
PlayStation account. I don't even remember
we
my
didn't have to do
PlayStation
that
account.
before.
Huh?
We didn't have to do this kind of stuff before.
Well,
You
with
know,
Sony, I've had my Sony account since 2009 or something, and
mhm.
every time I want to update my payment method or something or other, I have to sign in, and I'm like, I don't understand. I keep forgetting my passwords, and
Well, I
if you
mean,
try to reset it on your whenever I try to reset it, like hey Sony, could you email me a reset thing? It never goes through. Like I've never once got an official reset password button from Sony ever. So I have to just keep sitting there and guessing until I figure it out
I'm literally
every
about
time.
to like look for which email I have my account on because I don't remember which
Yeah,
one. So I'm
it's
just
like
like, okay, cool.
it was like during Obama's first term. I had that thing. I don't remember all that fucking password shit.
so you went all the way
Yeah.
back to the dark ages, huh?
Yeah, I think I just started. I think I just moved to Orlando. Like I was like, I'll give these new consoles a try, and then it's like, okay, sign up, okay, and then
Yeah,
I just had to update my Nintendo password today. I forgot what that was. It's just it's too many logins, too
that's
many.
that's one
So
I have problems with too. Is Nintendo. Sony. I don't really have an issue with. Xbox, no, because I got the app for that on my phone. It's connected to my TV, my phone, my Xbox, everything. I'm pretty sure if I had a watch, it'd be on that. But Nintendo, that one, I forget it every time. We got a Switch, created a new account, forgot it in 2 days. Kids
Yep.
it's
create
not good.
the kids create two accounts, so they each have one. They forget their accounts.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
I don't
There,
even know
I just
what's
have
logged in
I
anymore.
just have Google remember all mine.
Basically,
you
see,
see, like that. I tried that too. That kind of bit me when did like a what is it? Just what is it? Flush cache, whatever. And then the password stuff got reset when I
oh
tried
no.
that. So then I had to guess them all again. Yeah, it's I don't know, like a good way to remember passwords is just have like a mnemonic device. Like for like what I do is the kind of site that I have. Like if I buy stuff from it, I have one of three passwords I use. If I'm supposed to buy something from the site, if I'm just there to like log in to participate in the site, I have a different set of passwords for that. That's kind of how I help remember narrow them down.
That makes sense.
I used to
Yeah,
have like a notepad I wrote it in, but
or that you could do that if you're practical. Except I don't have any of that written down at all. I should.
All right,
Good
so
old paper and pencil.
yeah,
yeah, I don't even think I have a paper and pencil.
Yeah,
I got
finding a
plenty of
pen in the
books.
house is insane.
Oh no, no,
I'd have
no!
to search.
Yeah,
If,
you got to search for a pen.
if there's anything in my house, my kids get a hold of it, and then it's
Mhm.
gone forever. Josh, you're getting ready to look forward to that because she's
Oh
getting up
no,
to that age. I
it's
haven't had
already
art
there.
supplies in years because every time I buy a new pad, it's gone. New pencils to draw with, they're gone. Don't even get me started on paints.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me, I know. I have
It,
a giant wall of artwork right here.
hers or
That's cool.
yours?
That's all hers.
That's
Yeah,
It's
you're
cool.
all
gonna
hers.
stop doing that eventually, unfortunately.
Keep all of it. It's cool.
I got a folder with it somewhere, but I don't hang it up
Yeah.
anymore.
It'll
And
eventually just be wallpaper.
Yeah. All right, so everybody's playing a game. What's everybody watching on TV or
shit.
Netflix?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Uh,
I watch YouTube, and that's
Me
really
and my
it.
buddy are about halfway through Midnight Gospel, which is super cool.
What is
I'm
it?
about to get Netflix again though.
What is?
You
What'd
know
you
what?
say, Chad?
Me and my buddy are about halfway through the Midnight Gospel, which
What
is
is that?
pretty cool. It's a podcast that is
Oh,
animated,
okay.
so it's kind of like the Aardman Studios, like Creature Comforts, or like if you're really old, Dr. Katz, professional psychiatrist or
I
professional
remember Dr.
therapist,
Katz.
where it's yeah, so it's like they're interviews, but then the guy from Adventure Time, Penn Ward, he does animations around what's
Oh, wow.
being said, but it's extremely non sequitur and trippy. Like it's quite hallucinatory. And the podcasts
nice.
are extremely like deep subjects. So he distills a podcast in like a 20-minute episode with like these insane wraparound stories and visual uh, trickery. I guess it's like so. If your brain is not turned on by the subject matter of the podcast, your eyes will melt because of what's happening on the screen. Definitely not for kids. It looks like it could be for kids, but it's not. And it's
Yeah, that's the way
super cool.
most things are nowadays.
Yeah, it's super cool. I mean, and what's neat is that they add stuff for the cartoon. So they got the people on the podcast to, say a few lines to help connect the story of the cartoon. So it's a podcast first, it's animated, but they do a lot of work to connect the animation with the original recording. So
Okay.
it's very cool, very cool stuff. It's short, it's like 8 episodes. But it's a lot, so you can only watch like I mean, we only watch maybe like 1 or 2 a week, just because it's like it's a lot. So I wouldn't recommend watching all of them at once, but it's pretty cool.
Okay. What were you saying, or what are you watching on YouTube there, Desmond?
It's a bunch of different stuff. It's not really the same stuff. Usually it's like League of Legends, pro games. Those are my
Okay.
usual stuff.
See,
It's a
I
lot
watch.
of learning.
I'm on YouTube. I watch YouTube, Netflix, Prime, whatever. It just depends on what I'm looking for at the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I follow Oxhorn. If you're a gamer and you know anything about Fallout, you know who Oxhorn is. Uh, who else? Oh, Epic Nate. What is it? 127 or 125? He's got some number at the end of his name. This guy came out with the weirdest theory for Fallout, and I'm not going into it because if we start on Fallout, I'll go all day, and I don't want to do that. But okay, Josh, what are you watching?
Last show I really watched was Rick and Morty.
Okay, I have not
Finally,
seen that yet. You
never.
can't take my nerd card. Nope, you can't take my nerd card though. I've got it saved on like Amazon Prime, Cartoon Network Hub, and all this other stuff, but I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
It's a lot of fun. It's very surreal.
Yeah.
I think the best like the best thing I heard recently was when talking about the Rick and Morty fan base is everyone thinks they're Rick, but they're actually Jerry. And after you watch the show, you'll understand what that means.
Okay.
It's a sad world.
Yeah, Rick
Now I've
and
gotta
Morty
watch
is
very
a
accurate.
terrific show.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a really good show, but yeah, some of the fans kind of ruin it, but it's really awesome.
well, I mean, some of the fans ruin everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's
There's
always
nothing like a fan to take something you love and turn it into something you hate.
exactly. I just started watching Stargirl on the CW.
How's that?
I have to say, I thought I liked the Arrowverse. I couldn't get into Black Lightning as much. I still liked it, and I followed it all the way up to season 2, but I couldn't get into the second season. I love Flash. I'm a science nerd. I mean, their science is almost always on point. They've got quantum physics. They're good with it. Started with Arrow, love it. Originally, I thought DC Legends of Tomorrow was going to fail, but I actually got into it because it reminded me of the 1960s Batman. It's campy, it's corny, but it's good. Stargirl, I'm into it. They got a really unique fighting style for her and that staff, and I've been around martial arts my whole life, and I've never seen anything quite like this. It's good. I like it. If you like DC, I mean, the fight scenes aren't great choreographed. They aren't greatly choreographed, but it's interesting enough to keep you hooked.
What
So,
side characters do they have inside like supporting heroes? Do they have that, or maybe from the comics that are a bit obscure or weird that you like?
uh, actually, there's no obscure ones. You've got the Wizard. The Wizard's in there, the DC version. I know there's one in the Marvel too. The way those two go back and forth is just ridiculous. You've got Icicle as the big bad, and he's creepy enough. He gave me the chills. I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley, and I'm probably bigger than that guy on the show. So that tells you something. Uh, then you've got Stripesy, played by oh God, Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson. Amy Smart's in there as Stargirl's mom. Joel McHale plays her dad. Uh, who, what is he? Starman, but he was originally uh, he was a 1950s character. I can't remember what his name was. It's something cheesy, but he gets the cosmic rod. Then you've got Our Man's Son. I mean, it's a whole list of characters. Solomon Grundy's in there. This is the third time he's been in a live action TV show. I love me some Solomon Grundy. That dude, he's stupid, but he's big and lovable. Even though he's horrible, he's big and lovable. This is the third time he's been in a live action show, and you don't see a whole lot of him, but it's a good show. It's worth watching.
Nice.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. But I'm the comic book guy, so I've been watching Arrowverse since Arrow came out way, way back in the day. I mean, hell, I watched Smallville when it originally came out. I've got the
Same.
entire show, the entire series on DVD. I spent $200 for that box set. Yeah, I know I'm stupid, but whatever. Love me some these. I love my comic books, and when they do adaptations, uh, I watch it just in case. I'm the kind of originally before Dark Knight with Christian Bale and Heath Ledger. I was the type of guy who was like, "Oh no, they have to look exactly like who their comic book is. It can't be any different." And then Heath Ledger changed my mind, and now I'm the guy. It's an alternate reality. You need to shut up and let the actor do their job, okay? Then we'll talk. Until then, shut up.
Yeah, you just got to go with. I mean, ever since the entertainment world embraced the whole multiverse idea, it's really just enjoy the universes as their own bubbles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, but if you think about it, the scientific community has been talking about the multiverse forever. Comic books have been talking about it since the 1950s. Why did it take every mainstream and me too so long to understand that when it comes to movie and TV shows? I mean,
People think in very linear terms, so
oh
they
yeah,
don't want to
really
they
do.
don't want to think in different planes.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And I'm a big proponent for the multiverse theory. Scientifically, I mean, you're in the same science group I'm in on Facebook. You've seen all the stuff I post. I
Yeah,
believe in the multiverse. So it's just amazing that me personally hung
I'm
on to
not.
it for so long.
I'm not a fan of the timeline we got right now.
Oh no, that's the Weasel's fault. 2016 Weasel and the Super Collider. That's what happened.
Seems as valid as any other theory. 'Cause
It's either that or Harambe.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Oh, come on. I posted something about
Rest in
that like
peace.
2 weeks ago.
Oh,
You're being
rest in
quiet
peace.
there, Chad.
You know, I don't know. I don't know. But I don't want to think about the idea of a multiverse because I get massive panic attacks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Not,
it's like there can't be two of me. Like, please, God. You know, like
Oh Lord.
I don't want that in I don't want that reality at all.
Well, but you got to think the other one might be more successful and better than you. Oh wait,
Exactly.
no, that
That's
might be
he
my
worse.
doesn't
Never
want
mind. Never mind.
that. He wants to be the more
If
successful
you're
one.
gonna try and
My
make
bad.
it feel better, not worse.
I didn't think that through.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
everybody likes it. I mean, I like to think about it like the other one made better choices than me. Or, there's at least one version that made better choices, and there's at least one version that made worse choices. So I could be the exact center of the entire multiverse.
Yeah, it's. I think that's one of the Rick and Morty deals too. I
Like I
think
said,
it's
I haven't seen
season
that yet.
two. Yeah, like season two, they kind of go a little deeper into that. But yeah,
My
it's pretty interesting.
my favorite Rick and Morty is the one with Stephen Colbert in it, where they go into the car battery.
Oh, that's pretty
That
wild.
that
Yeah.
is
Okay, I
yeah.
gotta watch this.
That I think it's
I don't
called The
think I
Ricks
watched that
Must Be
episode.
Crazy or something like that. But it's the perfect episode. Like if you want to just watch one that pretty much encapsulates what Rick and Morty is, watch The Ricks Must Be Crazy.
What's it called?
Because I think it's called The Ricks Must Be Crazy.
The Ricks must be
It's
crazy.
I think it's like the gods must be crazy, so the Ricks must be crazy.
Rick is
Every
the scientist,
Rick
right?
is
Yeah,
Rick is
Rick
the
is older,
scientist,
man.
and basically, I mean, every episode is like a riff on some form of pop culture, popular entertainment.
Hey, that's what this show's about.
Yeah, so I mean, they try and fit either Rick or Morty's name into the title somewhere.
All right. Well, I guess we could start wrapping this up, but there's a couple more questions I want to ask y'all. We need to get a baseline for next time, and James will be on here next time, but he's still driving right now, so I don't know. There's no way he's going to make it before we quit tonight. But okay, is anybody reading anything? Books, comics,
I read a
anything?
bunch of manga. That's really it.
Hey, manga counts. It counts. What are you reading?
A lot. So long. Oh, well, I can say my favorite one is it's called Kingdom. It's a historical manga. It shows like what's happening in I guess the best times in the Qin dynasty. So
Okay.
it's really interesting. I like it a lot. It's probably one of my favorite. Actually, yeah, it's my favorite manga right now.
Okay. Josh, you reading anything?
Just information, so nothing, nothing story.
That could get
So
you killed this year.
yeah,
What about you? What's that?
just enough to know just how screwed up everything is.
Just look outside for that one.
Yeah.
What about you, Chad? You reading anything?
Yeah, I mean I'm one of those people that have started like 40 books and I'm about halfway through all of them.
Hey, that sounds
So
like me.
it's like I can't. I like 10 pages is like a Herculean effort to me to get through 10 pages of a prose book.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, if it's like a history book or if it's like any like a memoir, whatever it is, where it's like a clearly defined linear chain of events, I can read that in 2 or 3 days. But like fiction, where I don't know where it's going, it's like a great deal of effort. So I'm doing The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells,
Okay. Yeah.
which is interesting, and then I got the very first Discworld book that I'm reading, which is amazing. But yeah,
Oh,
it's
Discworld.
dense. It's very dense. So it's like when
I
I
haven't
read, it's
read that in a
a lot of effort.
long time.
Yeah, it's terrific. I mean, the
Oh
pacing is
yeah.
through the roof good. I mean, it's like about a third of the way through the first book, so it's like it's fantastic, but it's very dense.
Yeah.
A
I
lot to think about.
It's probably been at least a decade since I've read any Discworld book.
Yeah, I mean, give it a go. I mean, I think 10 years is a good time frame to revisit something.
Well, yeah, but I just restarted the Wheel of Time series, so
Oh, there we go.
yeah, I'm kind of stuck right now.
See you in
I'm
6 years.
probably stuck for the foreseeable future. I mean,
Yeah.
after Sanderson took over, it's just it just keeps going, and I don't even know if it's ever going to end. Uh, anything anybody's looking forward to for?
There's Baldur's Gate 3 is the game I'm looking the most forward to.
What is it?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay, yeah, that's
Ooh.
supposed to be coming out soon,
Yeah,
sometime this year, hopefully.
sometime. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
I was
Josh,
looking forward to Ghostbusters Afterlife coming out this week, but now it's
Ugh.
April,
Yeah.
so we'll
The
see.
the New
See what
Mutants is
happens.
supposed to come out in August. Let's see how that goes.
no,
They
they
better
pushed it
not.
back
They,
again.
really, to what? Like 3 years from now?
I think it's sometime in September.
They better not dump that on Disney Plus. I'm gonna get real
Uh,
mad.
I'm still waiting for Black
Yeah,
Widow. I
yeah.
mean,
Black man. Yeah, Black. You got Black Widow. Yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot. Quiet
I
Place
mean,
Two.
what
I'm
was Dune's supposed to be coming out soon. They pushed Tenet back, the Christopher Nolan flick. They pushed Black Widow back. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. And I'm a movie guy.
Yeah, me
I
too.
love going to the movies. That is the first thing I did with my kids when they were old enough to go. That is the first thing we did as a family. We went to the movies. And now with this coronavirus, it's like the movie experience is dead. And I
Yeah,
don't know if it's going to survive this. And I mean, that is honestly the most sad thing about this whole thing to me. If you don't wear a mask and you die, I'm sorry. That's on you because everybody's been telling you wear a mask. But the movie experience dying, it's kind of heartbreaking because I've went to every Marvel movie that's premiered with my kids all the way. Well, yeah, all the way back to Iron Man. I mean, the whole time, one of my kids has went with me to each one. Is mostly my youngest because she's a comic book fan. Now she's into uh, anime. She's a big My Hero Academia, which I haven't watched yet either.
That's a
Yeah,
big
I
one.
know. Yeah.
I literally
yeah,
tell people I rather the vigilante part than actual like my hero since they actually have a linear story, so it's actually a story. But
my daughter's favorite cartoon is Crayon Shin-chan. So
It's what?
it's called Crayon Shin-chan.
hold on, I'm
It's
looking this up.
I've definitely heard of that one.
I've never heard of that one.
it's basically like Japan. It's like Japan's version of The Simpsons.
Oh yeah,
It,
she started watching. My youngest started watching The Simpsons too. Oh my god! But she likes the Treehouse of Horror episodes, so that's the one she watches repeatedly. So I can like go in, sit down, and like, hey, I know this one because I always remember the Treehouse of Horror episodes.
yeah,
Yes.
I guess there's 30 of them now.
This this show looks very familiar. It looks
Um,
very familiar.
so in Japan, it's sort of like The Simpsons, but in America, they Funimation got the license, and instead of translating it idea for idea, they basically just went on a bender of saying, "Hey, this isn't going to make sense to Americans. Let's just make this as insane as possible." And so the American English translation, the dub version, is pretty much TVMA. Um, but the Japan version is like
Wait, what's
PG.
this called again? I need to watch this.
It's called Crayon Shin-chan, but it's hard to find English versions of it.
Because
Oh
this
no
looks
no
like
no
a
no!
very old like anime I've seen before.
It has been continuously
Oh
going
wait,
for
no, I do know that
25
dude.
years.
Yeah, yeah. You look at the main
Yeah,
character and you
Yeah,
realize you've
yeah,
watched
yeah,
this
yeah,
before.
yeah. I've seen anybody who's seen anime or manga knows that kid.
yeah, he's extremely popular in Japan.
Oh,
He's
he's
basically
popular with weebs over here.
yeah, but he's basically like Bart Simpson,
Okay.
uh, that level of recognition.
Oh,
And
well, that's kind of impressive.
but in Japan, it's kind of a PG cartoon, but in America, when they translated it, it was for Adult Swim, and so it was TVMA. So
Yeah, that's where
I
I
only know it from
realized.
the
That's where I watched it for the first time. Was Adult
crazy
Swim.
That's probably where
translations
I
they
saw
did
him
for
too.
Adult Swim. I don't know it from actually what they intended in Japan.
There's another anime did that. It's
So,
fairly popular. It's called Ghost Stories. That one's pretty amazing.
oh yeah, I've
I
heard about
remember
that
Ghost
one. It was
Stories.
just like
Yeah.
it was like so awful that Funimation just put like all their people to like, yeah, go hog wild.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah, I've
I
seen
have
some
the
YouTube
DVD
videos
and
where
the Japanese version is like boring. It's like just boring and dull. And then allegedly it was just like a race in the recording studio to like outdo the other people. Like whoever got to the booth first
yeah.
got to set up all the jokes or pay off all the jokes. And it
Oh,
was
nice.
remarkable how it did, but it's certainly not PC or nice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not at all.
I've
Yeah,
seen a few YouTube videos.
that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, it's pretty offensive, but it's some of it's pretty funny.
Uh,
Yeah,
I grew up in
I
the
remember
'90s.
yeah, I remember one of those ghost stories. It was just constantly one of the girls is like, "Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior?" And it just goes on a riff off the cliff, just constantly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay, that's good.
They the little brother character, I guess they got tired of writing dialogue for him, so all of his lip flaps they just made him nonverbal. Like he just
Wow.
goes like ba 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 for like most of the movie, most of the series. And it's
nice.
Actually, I found out
yeah,
what y'all are talking about. I've seen this too.
yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit insane.
Okay. All right. Let's go with latest horrible fail. For me, on a video game, we'll go video game. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that look. Horrible fail in video game. So I've been playing. I've downloaded Red Dead Redemption 2 because it's free on Game Pass, and then I beat it twice. And I figured, okay, let me try Red Dead Redemption because it's been out for what 10 years now. It's
Yeah,
on
something like that.
sale. Yeah, it's on sale. I figure I'll give it a shot. Okay, so I beat the game in like 2 days. It's a good story, not fast, but I've been playing video games forever, so 2 days is like infinity for some of these kids I've seen play video games now. Not knocking anybody, I'm just saying I'm a little bit faster than some. So I have the DLC because I got the Game of the Year edition, of course, because it's cheaper. Put it in, download it, start playing. So if you don't know Red Dead Redemption, the DLC is a zombie game. It's a multiplayer where you go and everybody's been infected and you're supposed to help save towns and all that. Go to the first town, I save the town, I ride off, go to the next town. Everybody in the town is headless. Doesn't matter if I have dialogue with them, doesn't matter. Everybody, no heads. No heads, no hands. But you can see the guns move. You can see the shirts, their pants, everything moves. Just no heads, no hands.
Oh, so everybody's the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Basically, like, you can't kill them because you don't see their heads.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the zombies don't have a weakness.
Everything goes red. It says, kill the zombies. Who are the zombies? I don't know. I start shooting. The entire town, 22 people, open fire on me because I shot one person one time. 22 people. I'm dead. Okay. Reload. Go
I
back.
love Rockstar.
No, nobody. No heads. Nothing. This time I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go get this guy way over here in the corner because he's all by himself. I kill that guy, but 21 people still alive. Shoot my ass. I'm dead. Wiped out. This point, I'm annoyed. I'm not a patient person. Most of y'all know that. You've been friends with me for a while. You know I'm not the most patient of people in the world. Okay. I take the game off, undownload it, put the disc back in, re-download it, start again. This time, everybody's headless. My wife, my son, uncle, everybody. Nobody has a head. I die in the first 2 minutes of the game. I'm like, screw y'all. I'm done. That's when I went and got Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm done. What am I supposed to do? I'm just gonna shoot everybody and get killed every 10 seconds.
Do nothing besides uninstall.
I uninstalled. I re-downloaded. Same thing. I did that twice. I'm done. And then I went. I know the guy who works at the store where I bought the game. He's like, "Oh, we'll bring it in." Nah, dude, I'm done. I ain't playing this crap no more. I'm not trying it again. I do it twice. So that's 3 times that I get shot by 20-something people. I'm done. I'll just switch games. All
I
right,
don't
who's
think I've
got? Who's
ever
got?
had that before.
I have,
But you have
all
to
of my
have an
games
epic
run
fail.
smooth.
so so
Come
with
on, what do you?
with Borderlands, the first one I actually played all the way through was Borderlands 3 because I have a PS4 and I'm not working a lot, so I have time. So I played through Borderlands 3, all the DLC, everything. And then the Switch got copies of Borderlands 1, the pre-sequel, and Borderlands 2. So I bought that on Switch because when I do work, I take my Switch with me and I can play it very easily there. So I played through each one of them. And then, so I was getting ready to start some of the DLCs, and I started the DLC on Borderlands 2. I think it's called Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt or something. And the first the first thing you have to do is you have to basically clear the hub area so that you can have a respawn point and all this stuff to transport. But it's just this little lodge right after you meet Hammerlock, and there's this character in there called a witch doctor. And this is just a regular character in the game. It's not a boss. It's just a witch doctor. So I'm like, all right, it's the same level I am. I think I'll be able to kill this thing. Well, I can kill everything but this damn witch doctor. Because this witch doctor, even though it's a regular character, it's not what they call a badass character, but it is a badass character because it's got extra health. It's a regular character, but it has the ability to heal itself, spawn new people, and friggin' make a tornado that just screws you over. So I'm playing it in handheld mode on the airplane and just constantly getting myself killed to the point where I just want to scream on the airplane and throw my Switch across the entire plane. Then I get back, I'm like, you know what? I'll play it on the TV. Surely to God, if I have a bigger screen to look at, I'll be able to, do headshots or whatnot. Well, every gun I have barely puts a dent in this guy. Finally, I figure out a safe spot where I can start headshotting this character long enough to beat him. I finally beat him, activate the hub world. He's like, okay, we got to go down to the docks. I go down to the docks, 2 friggin' witch doctors. Like, screw this, I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
That might be worse than mine.
But those witch doctors can eat. So apparently you have to be like 10 levels above this thing for it to be a normal thing to kill.
Oh wow.
So I'm going to do the other DLCs before I even attempt this DLC again.
DLCs always screw you over because it's like you don't know what you're going walking into,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're in the middle and you're fighting Zeus,
Yeah.
and you're not even Hercules. You're like freaking what's the dude's name from Xena?
Aeolus.
Aeolus. Yes,
There you go.
you're Aeolus fighting Zeus. You're screwed. See, I knew you were old.
Oh yeah.
Nothing like a good afternoon or night of the action pack.
Oh yeah, TGI Fridays.
Oh yeah.
What you got, Chad?
Tech War.
You got a epic fail there, Chad? Des, either one
What's
of y'all?
up?
Y'all got an epic fail? Dez like, nah, I ain't sharing with y'all.
Kind
I
of.
don't have any
I think
bad bug
What's that?
moments, so
yeah, possibly. I was trying to play. I spent maybe 20 hours trying to beat Golf Story on Switch, and it's a pretty decent game. And then the very final championship was so difficult, and I had some pretty good gear I was trying out, but I just couldn't make it work. So I spent probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours just trying the last championship and failing over and over again in different ways. And after pretty much the entire game is a cakewalk, whatever happened in that last championship stopped me in my tracks, and I had to retire my experience. So I'm not going to be able to beat it. It's like the law of diminishing returns sets in. You dump 2 3 hours into one quest, what have you, and you're like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. It's kind of sucking my will to live.
I've had games do that. You know what you have to do for those? You have to quit
What?
them. You have to quit.
Yeah. Oh, it's like war games. The only way to win is to not play.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like that. Yeah.
if it's killing you, it's just like a book. If you're reading a book and everybody's told you, "Oh, it's great," but you don't enjoy it, stop.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it.
Hmm.
Just because other people like it doesn't mean you're going to like it. That goes for movies, books, comics, anything. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And if
Yeah.
other people are like, "Oh, well, it was this," tell them, "Shut up. I didn't like it."
Yeah. I mean, it's like you can like what you like. Just don't expect
Yeah.
me to like it if I don't like it.
I mean, you can judge other people for that, but what are you going to do? I mean, really. And my cat's attacking me here. That's why I keep making the face because she keeps clawing my arm. We have a, I don't know, she's like 4 month old munchkin kitten. My oldest daughter found her on the side of the road, and she fits in well in my household. She wants to kill everybody, especially me, which really fits in with the kids. Uh, yeah, I mean, if you don't like something, you don't like it. Other people are going to say, "Oh, well, I liked it," but so what? Josh is a Star Trek fan. I made fun of him as kids. He's a Ghostbuster fan. I didn't make fun of him for that one because I like Ghostbusters too, but I made fun of him for Star Trek, and he made fun of me for liking Star Wars. I mean, people like what they like. It doesn't really matter. Chad's a horror fan. I'm a horror fan. Dez does manga and anime, and I do that too. I'm like the whatever floats my boat. I'm gonna check it out just because I'm nosy and nerdy, and I don't really care. So, but my main thing, okay, my main thing is comics, movies, and TV. What's yours, Josh?
Uh, basically, still Star Trek and Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
as evidenced by the background.
yeah. I have belts hanging in my background. What about you, Des?
I guess manga and games since I play a lot of games.
You were supposed to be our music guy.
I also listen to a lot of music as well. I buy way too much albums. I literally I went.
Oh,
I looked
Shaggy's
at
got a
Google
new thing
Play.
coming out.
I looked at Google Play the other day, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna buy this person's album. And I was like, oh wait, they have a new album coming out. Let me pre-order.
Shaggy's got a new album coming out. I'm kind of excited for that one.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't done anything, what, 10 years?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't hate him, but, What about you, Chad? What's your main focus?
Retro gaming, mostly Sega stuff, and horror and cult movies, mostly.
That me and you are in a couple of the same groups, too, when it comes to horror movies. If it's creepy enough, I'll watch it. That cat is going to kill me. She literally just jumped off the bed onto my foot and then onto the floor.
Yeah, it takes them a couple of years to not be like goblins.
Oh, I know. And like I said, we found her. My oldest daughter found her on the side of the road. She's just a little pain in the ass. See, look, and she's gone. Uh, anything anybody wants to say? I think we can wrap this up for the night. I think it was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
I mean, we sat around, we talked. The next time, what's going to happen is we're going to try to do it live, so we'll be able to do this. When people
okay.
comment something, we post it on here, and then we talk about what they say.
Gotcha.
So it actually helps talk. I mean, this is the first time we've all been together, so this went pretty well considering, we're trying to get to know each other and what everybody does. I mean, we're friends on Facebook, so I know what most everybody falls into. And yeah, if you have a fandom, I know about it. If you've talked about it, I remember it because that's just the way I am. I like knowing what other people's fandoms are. So the next time we'll be able to talk about this, and then when somebody posts something, we can pop it up, and then we can talk about what they ask. I would really like for this to help younger people get into comic books and movies and the nerdy stuff, because when the three older guys, not Dez, but the three older guys were kids, it was, you were different when you were a nerd. We got made fun of, laughed at, picked on.
Beat up. I got my shit taken. I got beat up. Yeah,
Yeah,
laughed at, all that. Yeah.
it shouldn't. It's not really like that anymore. I mean, my kids are, my youngest is going into middle school and my oldest is going to high school. So I know it's not like that anymore because I've seen it. I know the nerdy kids. I help out in the community. I actually helped found the archery team, the local archery team for the elementary school that my kids went to. So it's not really like that, but I would like for us to be a force for good, at least to help kids like that are like us, like we were, progress in their life, see that not everybody that is a nerd ends up rich, but also doesn't end up piece of crap either, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I'd like to be a force for good, but I'd also like to be entertaining too. So, like Chad did this time, if you see something for like next week that you want to talk about, bring it up when we do this. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. And if y'all could, I mean, like how I got, comics, Star Wars, Fallout, Mass Effect. If y'all want to do that next time so we can help the people know what we know, because if they do ask questions, so they know who to ask, or who's gonna have a general idea. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Anybody want to say anything before we log out?
I think I'm about to have to go do my nightly duties with fatherhood. So
You're gonna read a story. Reading
gotta read a
helps.
story.
Reading helps. It really does.
Yeah, gotta go read Lola Dutch.
Yeah. Well, may the force be with you.
Live long
Yes.
and prosper.
Have a good one, guys.
Peace out.
Good night.
Night.